Racial violence has unfortunately played an integral part in this country's history from the very beginning. The Lawyers Committee's Racial Violence Project struggles to fight racial violence in the 90s.
Its main focus is really to provide representation for victims of racially motivated violence.
In a recent case, Diane Chin and the project helped the Colognes, a Puerto Rican family harassed by a white neighbor.
The Cologne case initially was not identified by the police department as an incident of hate violence, even though there had been racist language used and graffiti that was painted on one of their vehicles. And as soon as this case came in, contacted a partner at Heller who asked Robert Retana if he would be interested in taking on this case.
It involved a Puerto Rican family here in San Francisco who had been harassed for a number of years by an individual who lived a few blocks away from them. And he had picked them out of the blue and started harassing them, slashing their tires, writing spick on their truck, sending them hate mail. Initially they were unaware of who was doing this or why they were doing it. Then they eventually discovered who it was when the youngest son of this family spotted the defendant slashing a tire very early in the morning.
Robert was great. He instantly put the clients at ease. They communicated to me that they felt very, very comfortable with him, even though obviously they were under a lot of stress and in a very uncomfortable position, not really knowing what was going to happen.
When we met with Christine Colon, she was basically at the end of her rope after a number of years of being harassed by this individual.
A civil suit was filed on behalf of the Colognes, and a unique settlement was reached.
He agreed as part of the settlement to leave his home and to either sell it or, if he couldn't sell it, to rent it to someone else, but to no longer occupy the home in their a few blocks away from them in their neighborhood.
I think the Cologne case is one example of a real victory. The perpetrator left, the hate violence ended, the Cologne family could get on with their life.
The Colognes were determined that they weren't going to let this guy drive them out of their home, and so I think as a result of the settlement, separate and apart from the $25,000 they received, I think they felt vindicated in that they were able to make the defendant move away from them.
It's really clear that laws aren't the answer to all of society's problems, and clearly not the answer to preventing hate violence. It also, over the last couple of years of developing this project and bringing these cases, it clearly is a tool that can be used to combat hate violence and to let people know that hate violence won't be tolerated.
As a Latino, it could have been me, walking down the street, and someone could have picked me out of the blue and decided to harass me just because they don't like Latinos or whatever the case may be. I mean, I think people need to realize that this could happen to any one of us. And so if you're an attorney or someone in a position to work on these types of cases, I think we all have a social responsibility to make sure that these types of acts don't occur.